All right, welcome back to LearnWire. Today we're going to be looking at ClickUp, and you can find this at clickup.com. I'm not an affiliate, so there's 100% unbiased review. This is one of the leading productivity, team management, and project management tools. They call it the everything app for work. Get everyone working in a single platform designed to manage any type of work. What I like to do right away is just go and take a look at what traffic they're getting. So they get almost 30 million people coming to their site. So this is a giant platform, a giant tool. We're going to keep coming over through here. When it's getting that much traction, you don't build momentum unless the tool is actually different and really solves a major pain point and provides a massive solution for businesses and people. They obviously have done that, or they wouldn't be able to grow to that extent. You can only do so much with SEO and ranking articles for your SaaS company. So this is definitely a word of mouth, very powerful tool. And you can see some of the other stuff of what you are looking for. AI powered productivity. So they've got all kinds of AI built into this. View work your way, very much customizable boards and calendars, customized in a click, time tracking, custom fields, search everything within, easily integrates with the tools you already use, or it can replace them entirely and get your team using ClickUp. Trusted by over 3 million teams. If there's 30 million people coming to the site per month, there probably is about 3 million people or teams using this software. Super cool. Now I'm going to go see if I can find a pricing page, because on this landing page, there was no way to get to their pricing. I'm going to go click on their plans. Finally, are we on a pricing page? Yes. So I had to do a little bit of research. Not sure why they don't really just make that apparent to everybody. Their pricing is really, really good. I like to start off looking at the monthly. Obviously, you can save 30% on an annual. And when you're signing up for one of these tools, what I recommend is just test the tool out for free. If you like the tool and it's going to solve your problems or your team's problems, or just help you guys out in a big way, go ahead and buy that yearly plan. Start testing these tools out on an annual basis. Commit to it and use it for an entire year. Worst case scenario, you cancel your annual subscription and find another tool. But usually with a tool like this that's advanced like this, you're probably not going to learn everything that you need to know about it in a month anyways. It's going to take you some months of use to really refine your workflow and process for your team and for your work. Go ahead and sign up for the annuals. But let's look at monthly. You can sign up for free. I'm going to be testing out the monthly right over here. So it's just for one person to manage their own tasks. You get unlimited tasks, 100 megabytes of storage. Once you jump up just to the first tier plan, it's literally called Unlimited Best for small teams. So I really like that. You're just $10 and you get unlimited storage. Their pricing is really good. And this is at the monthly. So we're at 10. And then business is at $19 a month. You're going to get a bunch. I'm not going to spend too much more time on the pricing, but we'll just go click on the yearly. You're literally at $7 per month on the unlimited, and business for $12 per month. Now I'm going to go and sign up my account and I'll be right back. Okay, so right here, we put in our email, we're signing up. It's going to ask you, what would you like to use ClickUp for? So we have work, personal, or school. Let's just go ahead and say we're going to use it for work. Do you have a startup, personal use, finance and accounting, sales, IT, marketing, all kinds of stuff, software development, professional services. So whatever your industry is, I'm going to go ahead and just go with marketing. Let's just go with marketing right here. Software review sites. So that's pretty close up my alley. So let's just go with that. And then invite people to your workspace along this journey in this wizard. This is a perfect way to set up the basics. So I really like to see this when you log into sites. So many SaaS tools are missing this feature where they get everything set up for you, and then you can start using the tool. A lot of times you just go right into the dashboard, but there's like 4 or 5 things that you need to actually set up. And then you are like trying to figure out, do I need to connect my social media account? Do I need to do this, do that? They're walking us through everything that we need to do. Right now, I'm not going to invite anyone, but if you are setting this up for a team environment, you're going to want to put people's email in here, right here. And you can always add people on the team section later. So I'm just going to go ahead and say, I'm done. Do you use any of these tools? So you can actually start adding in. They even have competitors in here, Monday, Todoist. So they're even encouraging you to, if you want to continue using those tools, we still have tools in our arsenal that will amplify. So let's say you're using Todoist or Monday, they're competitor tools. They're productivity, time management, and product management tools. ClickUp is so confident that they actually put their competitors in here, which is super, super cool, which just tells me that they are really confident in in their tool that they can still offer some really good value to you, even if you are hooked on one of these other big tools. So if you're using Notion or Trello, add those tools. I'm just going to push next. Which features are you interested in trying? We have clips, Gantt charts, forms, and scheduling. Let's go with forms. Scheduling, boards and Kanban for sure. There's time tracking, no. We'll go ahead and click the automations for now, and maybe dashboards, calendar, whiteboards, and goals. Next, we clicked everything we're kind of interested in. Lastly, what would you like to name your workspace? And we'll just say David Mills's workspace. That's fine. And we'll say finish. So it's going to go and set everything up for us real quick. Then we have this understanding the ClickUp hierarchy. I'm actually going to pause, watch this video, just to make sure I don't leave anything out. Okay, perfect. We are inside the dashboard. So what's important to know is you have all these things you can do. Everything that we added from the wizard, we added all those right here. Like we have clips and forms and whiteboards. You can come in here. We can go and, create a new whiteboard while we're inside of here. I'm just going to say test a whiteboard. We could say create. We can make it a private board if we want to. And we can come in here and we can actually start doing things. See where our tools are. So we have our notes. We can put in a note right here and we can add arrows. It looks like it has a very nice note taking or whiteboard. Very high quality, what you would expect. Super good. Then you have your freehand. This is always very hard on a mouse. I'm going to try to write LearnWire if I can. Maybe shapes are a little bit better, but you get the point. It's kind of hard to do with just a mouse, but you can get by doing it though. You have tasks and you can move stuff around. You can move up and down, zoom in and out. There's all kinds of stuff, very advanced right there. We can add images and so forth. So I'm gonna go ahead and cancel out of that. That's nice. We can share that with the team. That will help with trying to explain concepts or brainstorm things. Those are just kind of what some of the tools look like. We have dashboard. We can make a simple dashboard in here. Let's just go ahead and click on that. And we'll say team space right there for now. And we'll create the dashboard. We'll just see what this looks like. Some of the stuff I'm gonna just fly through, but really I'm gonna try to use it the way I would use it in my YouTube business. Let's say we're gonna have like a thumbnail designer, somebody, a video editor and so forth. And we're going to focus on how we could use it from a YouTube video creation standpoint. But of course, you could apply it to your industry and your industry needs. We have a dashboard right over here. Total tasks by assignee. This is where you could start looking at efficiencies or who you're assigning more tasks to on your team. So this wouldn't apply too much to me, but you get the point. I like that they don't just have one dashboard. You can get really advanced. And at every step, you always have even more things you can do. Auto layout, auto refresh, export the view, add to favorites. You can do all kinds of things. We can look at forms, feedback form, order form. I'm just going to click on one, test order form. Actually, we need to select our team. I'm just going to say projects, and I'm just going to put that in right there, create. So we're going to create this right here. Boom. Going to select that. And now we would go in here and we would maybe go in, I'm on the free plan, but this is where you can update your logo and your branding. And we could have an order form right here. So you would be able to, instruct people on what to do right here. You could say, what would you like to purchase? And you could go ahead and have a drop down right here. So you could fill out this entire form, kind of like a Jot forms. There's all kinds of different other form creation and management tools that have their own built-in one right here that would probably get you by. Probably won't have the advanced features that like a Jot forms would have, very advanced things that you can do with a tool like that. But this will probably get you started for just having a simple sign up form or a feedback form that you can send customers and so forth. So once you have all this done, you can publish it. You can go and take a look at what your form looks like. This is just a sample form, obviously, and you can submit. They can even upload things. They can select the date that they filled this out. You can have required, so they have to put in what they're going to buy. This could be a form that you send someone after they purchase something on your website. They have automations, so you can fire this away once someone buys something. You can also come over here and they have some options, expiration date of the form. Embed code, you can embed this on your website. After someone purchases, you could actually put this form embedded on the thank you page where people have to fill this out. You don't start working with them until they fill out the form. There's all kinds of different things you can do, and you can copy the link right there as well. You have even more settings. You can change the button labels. They have a lot of good stuff. We can set goals for ourselves. Let's just say 100 YouTube videos. Enter. The owner is me. Push enter. Who has access to this goal? Myself. Is there a date this goal should be completed by? Let's see right over here. They have 4 weeks as the max, like an annual goal. Let's just say December 31st is our goal date. I'm going to go like that, and we're going to say enter, and then description, create YouTube videos. We're going to say okay. and push enter. Now we've created a goal right here. So create a target. We could actually go in here and start creating a target, maybe like 10 videos within the next 4 weeks or something like that. You are going to have targets to hit that goal. Let's just say this is our 4-week goal of 15 videos. And we push enter, and then we go ahead and assign ourselves. It's set goals for people on your team. You have to click on it. Then it says that you have to push the enter key on your keyboard or click away. Make sure that it says right there. You have to either click this or push the enter button. Type of goal, it's a number, currency, task. So we're going to say it's a number, and we're going to say that this is 15 right there, I believe. Target. We're going to start with 0, and our target goal is 15. So here's our first target. We can click on it and go in current. Okay, so we're inside the goal right here. We got a video out and we'll save this update, and then you can see that we're 7% done with our goals. I really like the graphical dashboard type of progress. The next video that we come out with, we would come over here. You could add another goal, or we could just click on this goal right here. Let's say we have 10 videos in our goal. We're going to save the update. Now we're 67% done with our goal. So that's how the goals work. What is clips? Welcome to Clips. Record in a snap, capture your device's screen, and in just a few minutes, record and effortlessly share your videos with anyone. You're going to start recording. You'll be able to use this as a Loom type of video sharing tool, a screen recording tool. This is going to help with saving meetings and so forth. So just record for training purposes to save you with having to get on Zoom calls and meetings. So that's where the clips comes from. Just some clarity. Clips isn't really like creating short form content for TikTok. This is more for a team management communication tool. Of course, we can come back up here. This is where you have knowledge base, and you can put in all your documents, training documents, rules, SOPs that you have for your team. We can go and create a product brief, campaign brief, scope of work, meeting minutes, a wiki, browse templates. So let's just go take a look at what templates they have. They've got AI prompt and guide for blog posts. I mean, they've got a lot of stuff in here. Very, very advanced. And you can come in here. Let's just want to go in with beginners right here, and brand guidelines, campaign proposal, all kinds of stuff. You can put your brand voice in here, all kinds of stuff. So really, really good stuff right there. Let's go talk about the inbox. So when you have tasks, this is where you assign a task, and then someone that is on your team completes a task or does anything. This is where you're going to be staying up to date with all the actions happening on your team. We have timesheets over here, just trying to get through that. You can actually manage people's time in here, and we have more. We have all kinds of good stuff over there. We didn't even go into your settings page, keyboard shortcuts, themes, everything. You can change everything. There will be way too much to cover in this one video, so I'm going to try to just use the tool now and see what we could create from a YouTube video creation task management standpoint. Record a new clip. So let's just go ahead and click that so we can see. You're going to select your microphone right here. We would have to say allow while using this site. Let's just say we want to use our Shure MV7. We want to record the entire screen, and it doesn't look like it is. Okay, so entire screen, window, or current tab. It doesn't look like you are able to record yourself or your webcam. So it's just a recording right here. We're going to say entire screen, and we'll go with this one right here, and I'm going to share. You can see I have dual monitors. Finally, I got them hooked up after not having it for a year and a half. I've been solo on one screen. Finally got my dual monitor up. That was just about moving 3 times in the last year and being lazy to put it all together. I got used to using one monitor. Right now I'm creating a clip, and you can see it's recording. Let's go into another page so you can see what it looks like. And then we'll come back over here. You can see that we're recording, and then I'll push the stop button there. And then let's see what ends up happening. So your clip moves over here. You can create this as a new task. I really like this because a lot of times when I've had my virtual assistant, I have to create like a Loom video and then send it to them, like Skype and now Microsoft Teams. Information gets lost and it's all over the place. That's the entire point of ClickUp. Everything you need all under one roof. You should never have to leave for any tool to manage your processes. So right here, you can just copy this. You can make a new tab. You can create a new task. I'll just say that this is a new sample task. You can assign this. I'm going to assign it to myself. You can put priority levels right here. Let's just say it's a high priority level. You can put tags. You can put a due date. And let's just say that the due date is next weekend. Create new fields. Scroll down right here and say create task. And now we have just created a task for myself. We have our team space over here. And this is where you would basically create your teams. Let's go to the inbox and see if anything happened. Inbox, important. I didn't get a notice that I got a task, but that's fine. Dashboards. Click on our simple dashboard and you can see that we now have some tasks in progress and so forth. And I'm just going to click on everything and see if that, because I don't know if that project went into team space right over here. And we'll just go look at calendar and see if there's anything. We're on the 29th. So we need to go to the next month. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to click on June. And we should have a task assigned here. This is where you can start, looking at different views. You have your Kanban view, all kinds of different views. I'm going to go over here to the board, which is basically the Kanban view. This is what this is going to end up looking like. Here is a task right over here. And I can't find that task. That would be something that you need to figure out. There will be a learning curve. It's important to know that with a tool that's this advanced and powerful. You have to keep in mind that as you build all this out, there's going to be a learning curve, and sometimes it can be a little overwhelming, to be completely honest with you. At least go into it knowing that it's probably going to take you a couple of weeks of using the tool on a daily basis to really get comfortable and your team to get comfortable with this as well. So what I want to do, the way that my mind works, is that I would just need to create a space right over here, and I'm going to call this LearnWire YouTube videos. So let's just say that this is LearnWire YouTube videos, and we say record, edit, publish YouTube videos to LearnWire YouTube channel. And so for everyday tasks, marketing teams, project management, and it would maybe be just a starter. And then your default views would be list and board. I like that. List and board. I almost want to turn this one always required as list, and then we just want board. I don't want anything else. So we're looking good there. To do, in progress, complete. So you can actually set this up. And so we're going to say, these are the to do. Okay, yeah, so there's no YouTube in there. We can say a new template. We're going to say YouTube right here. So I'm going to save this. And we're just going to say that this is open and needs recorded. Actually, we're going to skip that step. We're going to just say video draft. So I'm going to say video draft right there. And then we're going to say, I don't really like that. Let's just go back to regular. So I'm just going to say right here. So open. And then right here, when we move, we have in progress and close. Let's just do that. You can choose your apps and everything as well. So we're going to say create space. We're going to look at the Kanban board right over here. I'm going to go to board, and this is where I'm going to spend most of my time. I do want to change the in progress because this one's going to be, and I don't like how we can't change the name right here. So we can't change the name once we set that up, because I want to say like video editing in progress. So I'm going to go back and fix that real quick. Okay, so we got into edit space settings. I believe we can change it here. So I'm going to say right here, video editing in progress. And then right over here, we're going to say video editing finished, something like that. And I want to add more. Let's just go with that for now and save changes. And then I believe we might be able to add more right over here. So no, it's not going to let us add group. So let me see if we can add task. Okay. So obviously the next thing that I would do is I would add another one over here, picking our own template. So pick your own template. You'll be able to build this out correctly, but this at least will get you the idea of how you would do this. Let's just say if it's just for video editing, let's say I hire a video editing. We're not going to worry about the thumbnail or anything like that. We have an open draft video. I would come in here and I would say software review right here. And we now have a new task over here. You could assign it to, I'm going to assign it to myself, but you're going to assign it to that person, right? And you're going to say when it's due, when you'd like it to be done, and so forth. So let's just come over there and we'll say next week for now. And then we'll say this is high priority. You could come in here and click in here. This is where you could go in here and let's say we want to attach anything we want, but you would upload a video real quick. So I'm going to upload this video right here, and it's going to upload that video, and it's no problem handling it. And so we have an attachment that they can now use. They can download this right here, the three dots. They can now download this. They can copy the URL. An actual unique URL is now created. Super cool. Okay. So any notes, anything you would want them to do, you can add, put any additional info or special instructions here, and then write comments and talk back and forth to the video editor right there. I don't see a save button, so it automatically just saves. Let's see what these little buttons are. Switch layout, minimize task, favorite, and 3 dots. You can do all kinds of stuff right there. I'm not going to go into that. We're going to go boom right here. And now we have this right over here. So your video editor, I would like to see a little icon right here that shows that there's an attached file. Maybe that's what this one, that's just one task. So I would love to see that. Can we change colors? Convert, remind me. You can send email tasks. You can send reminders to people. You can do all kinds of good stuff. The sky's the limit with what they've created into this tool. It's a very robust, advanced tool. And some would argue that this is the best on the market. So then what would happen is that your video editor, let's say this is the video editor's view now, right? You can look at the list as well. So we have the list and they can use whatever kind of view that they want. I liked working from left to right, so Kanban works really well for me. But they would come in and let's just say we have one more in here, right? So let's just say we have software review 2, right? And we're going to save. And we have another task right there. We need to attach our file. It hasn't been assigned or anything like that. Oh, there's the one attachment. Okay, I missed that. There's the one attachment. I love it. And so you're going to build up this list right over here of videos that, let's say I recorded and I want my video editor. We're going to build this up. So anytime they come in here and there's videos over here, open draft video, they know they have work to do. They're going to go in here and they're going to click on this and they're going to see, oh, okay, cool. There's special instructions. Okay. Oh, he wants me to add this special intro. Okay. Sounds good. He'll come down here and they'll open this up and watch the video in here, but they're going to be video editing this. So they're going to actually download the video right there. And then they're going to go and spend their hour, 2, 3 hours, whatever, however long it takes. And then they're going to come in here and they're going to go and move this over to video editing in progress, right? So they're going to actually, while they're doing that, move this over. So now we're going to have more tasks over here. So software review 3, and software review 5. They're most likely going to be working on one video at a time. So they're going to move that over to here. And then what it would actually end up looking like is that they're going to be in here. And then let's say they have the finished video, right? So they're going to have the finished video done. They're going to go ahead and move this over to video editing is finished. And that's where they're going to go ahead and need to come in here. And they're going to need to upload that finished video. Let's just go grab another video. Okay, it's a 1 GB limit on the free plan, so that's good to know. There's usually always, for sure, there's file limits on free plans, so 1 GB, that's actually pretty generous. This is the 20-minute video, so nope, that didn't work either. I'm going to remove this one as it, for whatever reason, it's maxing us out. So we've maxed out because I'm on a free account. You would just upload that attachment right there. When I come in here next time, they're going to go and pull the next one right here, and they're going to be working on that one. I'm going to be working on my next software review video down here, and they're going to be working on the video editing here. And then this one tells me that this is ready to be published right here, right? This is for me to be published right here and so forth. So I'm just going to apply that changes. And so that's a very simple way to use the tool. I could move this over and have somebody else come in here that in this column right here, we would make another kind of to-do column over here that I would maybe assign somebody else to come in here, and they're going to be working on thumbnails for that video, right? So they're going to have the video attached. They're going to be able to watch the video, get any information that they need, the title and so forth, and then they would be able to create a title. So that's the simplistic way. Let's go to inbox and see if anything else has happened. No, the inbox is most likely going to be useful when you have more than one person on your team and you're communicating back and forth, and that's where the inbox will come in. So that's it, really. That's ClickUp. There's so many advanced things that you can do with ClickUp. As you can see, I could continue talking about this. This is already a really in-depth review. There's so many other things that I'm not able to cover in this one video, but hopefully that gives you the gist of how easy it is. Overall, I've used a lot of these tools, and what I find comforting in using this tool is that if I had a virtual assistant or a video editor, let's just say I have 2 people on my team and then myself, we're going to be paying $7. I would just get the annual plan for us. I'm going to be paying $7 for each of us. So we're looking at $21 per month to manage my entire team, to upload files, to do the video editing, to always have a place to communicate and chat. I didn't even go over the chat section where we can come back into the tool. You have AI agents. I didn't even cover autopilot agents, and there's automate tasks. There's a lot more that I would go into depth, but just know that all those advanced tools are there as well. If you want to chat with your team, which you would probably need, I would go to view here, and then we would just add a chat communication section right here where we can now go and chat with our team. We can also put the people that we want to call out in the chat. Here is a chat right here as well. When we need to talk, you could also come here. Let's say they submitted the video right here. We can come back over here and there's activity. We can write a comment and say, the intro was too short. Please add 15 seconds. And, do anything that you need to do right there. There's also email right there as well. So they're going to get the chat right there. As you can see, you don't have to be on Microsoft Teams. Slack is another tool that so many people use. I'll be completely honest with you. I've never enjoyed Slack. I think it's extremely bogged down. It's not efficient. You can't find anything. I would say that this is a massive improvement on using Slack. I would absolutely prefer this over Slack. I made this entire video for you. I'm not even an affiliate for ClickUp, but this would probably be the tool that I would actually choose if I'm going to start paying monthly for a tool like this. It does everything. All the chat, all the attachments, all the different views of the way you would want to manage projects. It looks like unlimited spaces you could create, all of your project settings right up there. It's a really awesome tool. I would give this a 5-star, maybe bring it down to a 4.8 if I wanted to take off just a little bit of points in just the complexity of the tool, which you're going to get this in Monday.com. You're going to get this in Todoist. You're going to get this in any of those other tools. They're massively robust tools that they've built in almost every feature you can think of. At the end of the day, what I've heard is ClickUp in comparison with a lot of those other tools is one of the easiest ones. Even though you can see how advanced this is, this one's one of the easiest ones to use. So I absolutely give it a 2 thumbs up, recommend the tool. Not an affiliate. There's no link below or anything like that. Just thought I'd make this valuable video for you. If I brought any value at all, consider hitting that like button. The secret term that I know if you watch the entire video is, let's say, what is ClickUp used for? If you type in what is ClickUp used for below, I know you watched the entire video. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.